Hey guys, I'm here to teach you how to apply your color and how to mix it as well. So first things first, your husband can apply it to your roots, or your kids can apply it to your roots, or you can apply it to your roots. So it's super easy. I'm going to demonstrate if somebody else were to do it on your roots, okay? But first we're gonna mix up the color. So this is how it's going to come to you. So you're gonna have containers. Some of you might have more than these containers, and some of you might just have this many. Doesn't matter. So mixing it up is going to be in a plastic bowl, a ceramic bowl, but never a metal bowl, okay? So only plastic or ceramic. So first you're gonna take off the lid, and it doesn't matter in any order at all. You can take a small little spoon like this or a small spoon like this, doesn't matter. So we're just gonna dump all of that container into a bowl. And you're gonna wanna get as much as you can. Okay, then I'm gonna move on. I still have some on my spoon right there, as you can see. Doesn't matter because I'm just gonna do it, scoop it into this one.
So it all mixes in together.
All mixes into the same bowl. Everything is pre-measured for you. It's your color that I apply to your hair. So it's all good. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to the next one. This is the developer. So the white substance like this, and it's creamy, that's gonna be the developer. And this actually is what activates the color. So once you pour this creamy white developer in, that's when you know it's about to be activated and you gotta put it on your roots. Okay.
I should have filmed that from the other side.
Now from here, I always like to mix it up with a spatula, but if you don't have a spatula, I mean, normally you should have one at your house. You can do it with a spoon as well. It doesn't matter. It just sometimes this creamy color is kind of hard to mix up a little bit, but you can mix it up with one of these. But I'm sure all of you have a spatula. We're just gonna mix it up. Be real careful because whenever you start going, sometimes the developer will slosh right out and get everywhere. So you just wanna take teeny tiny little strokes. Okay guys, also you're gonna have a little Sweet and Low packet. And I know you're thinking, Sweet and Low? Because some of you don't know that I do this. But a lot of times color will irritate your scalp and you'll have a burning sensation. And so because of that, don't ask me the science of it, but Sweet and Low takes that burning sensation out. So I always put in everybody's color a packet of Sweet and Low. So all you gotta do is stick that right in there. Let me grab my spatula one more time. And you just mix it all up. One last time. Easy peasy. Now we're gonna learn how to section her hair off. So you're gonna want to make sure that the hair is completely brushed out. Now, your husband does not have to do this part. You can do this part yourself, but I'm going to brush her hair out really quickly. Okay. And you're gonna need like a comb. Doesn't matter what kind. I'm just, gonna use the tip of this comb right here. So you're gonna get from the top of the head behind the ear, go straight down and separate, okay? Now, you don't have to have clips. If you have a little clip or a rubber band, you can do that and just clip that out of the way. And then come around this way. And then you're gonna do the same exact thing on the other side, top of the head, behind the ear. And kind of smooth that hair where that hair wants to go this way. Does that make sense? You want it to be smooth. And then you're gonna clip that away. Okay, now, I've given you some gloves in your kit. This is when you're gonna put your gloves on. Now, if you have a little towel, it could be a kitchen towel, it can be a hand towel, it can be a big towel for all that matters. You're just gonna put this around them just so you can protect their shoulders and their clothes. And another good tip is wear a bad t-shirt. Something you don't want to get color on, because chances are you might need that.
So if you had like a Texas A&M shirt
Don't mind my husband, y'all.
or a Ford
Okay,
shirt.
from here,
Okay.
I like to take all of the hair in my hand. That way all of this right here is visible. If you're right-handed, I like to have the color on my right side. If you're left-handed, have the color on your left side, okay? So we're gonna get a little bit of color on there. You're gonna start up at the top and just paint the new growth, which more than likely is about a good inch. So we're gonna follow this line all the way on her head. Then we're gonna go to the other side. Do the same thing. And if you have gray hair, like most of us do, that's gonna be real easy to paint. Then you're gonna follow down the neck right there, get all those little hairs. Okay, so then after I do that, I'm gonna take the bottom part of my brush. You're gonna go straight down the middle of their head, separate that hair. So now we have sectioned the hair into 4 quadrants. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're gonna start in the back on this quadrant right here, and we're gonna start in the front. So I've already outlined that whole section. So you're gonna take about a half an inch. Can you see that? It's not a whole lot of hair, because if you take too much hair, you're gonna miss some hairs. So we're just gonna paint right there on the top. Hold the hair really taut and paint again. Drop it. Go to the next little section. Pull it apart, and then I take my fingers, pull it apart, pull it taut. Again, get you some color, paint that section. And you just do that the entire way down the head. Taunt, you see how it pushes that color? It helps you hold it and see where you're exactly gonna paint, and then you drop and release it. One more time. Okay, and then if you get some color that goes like that, no big deal. You see how it's nice and straight and tight? Okay, so do you see? I'm only doing the new growth right there, okay? Only the new growth. And our hair grows about a good inch every 4 weeks. So most of you guys are due, it'll be your 3-week or your 4-week mark. So really you should have almost an inch of new growth. And that's all you should have. You really shouldn't be going past that. See how I smooth it out before I flip it? And there's no rhyme or reason I'm getting it on there. Sometimes if I think I don't hit a spot correctly, I'll go over it again. Because you want to make sure everything is saturated. You should have 5 ounces of color. And that's what I always mix up for your roots. And you might even have some left over. And if you've got some left over, you did not do anything wrong. You can just throw that away, and you can just throw that away down the sink. Or if you don't want to put it in your sink, you can always just put it in a paper towel and throw it away that way. But then just wash your bowl put it in the dishwasher, and everything will be just fine. And when you get down here to the nape of the neck, you just want to make sure that you get every one of those little hair, because a lot of times your hairline is kind of shaped a little different. So you just want to make sure we all have different hairlines. And like, see how hers goes all the way down into her neck right there? Well, if you're a gray client, more than likely that's going to be gray. So make sure that the person that is doing it touches up every single one of those hairs. So we're just painting all the hair. So see how we got all of that? Okay, so that first quadrant is done. Once it's done, you're gonna take it, all that hair you just did, flip it back. Okay? Now, I don't want you to do anything else to it, and just let it lay. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay guys, so right here, all of her hairline is exposed and around the ear. So especially right here at the temples, you're gonna wanna really get in there, smush that color in. It's a real technical term there. And just make sure you get it, because especially if you have gray hair, that's where a lot of people have their gray. So from there, we're gonna take all that hair that we just did, and it kind of gets a little messy, but that's okay. It's all gonna turn out. Okay. And from here, if you have a pick, that's even better, but I just kind of take my comb, just kind of get it out of their face a little bit. Kind of go straight back with it. But if you have a pick, you can do that as well. Okay, now from here, I'm gonna have her stand up, because now I'm gonna do the other side, and she's gonna face me this way. And you're just gonna do the same exact thing. So now we've got everything done. I've kind of taken the tip of my comb, or if you've got a pick, just kind of get that all away from their face a little bit. But this is when you got to go back and really look at that hairline. So I've missed a teeny tiny bit of hair right here. Well, if you miss a teeny tiny bit of hair right there, you're gonna see it. So just take the tip of your brush, because you already should have color on that brush, and just really get in there and work it in. Don't be scared to get down. Now don't go crazy and get down far on their forehead. But really get in there and push that product in. All around the forehead. Okay, so look at my bowl. See, I had some left over, okay? Sometimes I use all of it and sometimes I don't. So, and that's totally fine. So from here, I'm just gonna grab paper towel. I'm just gonna wet it just a touch, about that much. Wring it out. This is when you're gonna wanna get around their face. And you can do this yourself. You don't have to have the other person do it. Because sometimes it's even better if you do it yourself.
So the husbands can leave at this point?
Husbands can leave at this point.
Good.
Okay, so don't get into your hairline. Just get right here. See how I took that away? But you don't want to get into your hairline. Turn your head to the side. Because if you get into the hairline, it's going to take that color off of that gray hair. And we do not want that to happen. Okay guys, so now we've got all the roots done. You're gonna process for 35 minutes. So set your timer for 35 minutes. Once you're done processing, I suggest rinsing your hair out in the kitchen sink. Just get all your head in there, rinse all that color out, wring your hair out, and then go take a shower. So I wouldn't take a shower with the color on because you just don't want it to go over your whole body. But other than that, you're good to go. You're gonna look gorgeous, and I miss every single one of y'all, and I can't wait to see you again. Love you. Mwah.